with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong from the Special Events Studio at the Mounds Mall.
You know our producer's going to get the last word in. I don't know why you do that to him.
Thought I had him that time. Welcome to Track Talk.
Yes.
We have several things to talk about tonight. I got an announcement for the 2015 season that we'll make after our break that I think everybody's going to be interested in.
Looking forward to that. I don't even know what that is yet.
Yeah. I'm not even supposed to really be here tonight.
No, you're not. So, but it's done and over with. But I know
I actually had an opportunity. I actually had tickets and a plane ticket also to fly out Sunday afternoon to RJ's place out in Denver and go see the Colts and Broncos play Sunday night. About an hour before I was at the office, about an hour before I got ready to leave for the airport Sunday morning, RJ called, and unfortunately his father, John, who a lot of folks may remember used to race years ago when he was back here, he lives in Houston now, had a heart attack, and so RJ and Ann flew to Houston, and obviously I didn't go to Denver. There were more football games, and my plane ticket, I didn't lose anything. I can use it whenever I want, but talked to RJ this morning, and his dad's doing much better.
That's good to hear.
Might even get to go home, he said, like Thursday or Friday, so they're running some tests, and not going to do surgery right now, so that's a good sign. So we wish John a speedy recovery, and our thoughts, obviously, are with RJ and the whole family.
It was a close game toward the end.
I couldn't even watch it. I watched the start of it. It was beautiful in Denver. I seen where my seats were supposed to be.
The two empty spots.
I couldn't even watch it.
Oh, mercy.
I take that back. I did watch the first couple of sets, and they got way down, and I thought, heck with this. I watched Perry Mason on the Hallmark Channel.
They almost came back and tied it, but it ended up being a good game.
Yeah. We can talk about football later.
We have all season to do that, don't we?
Predictions for the Colts this year, but we'll see what happens. Andrew Luck I really, really like Andrew Luck. I'm not real. I mean, the coach is a super nice guy in personality. I don't think he's the right coach. I think we let the good coach go to Phoenix. But we'll see. Hopefully he proves me wrong, Mr. Pagano. But we had some racing on Saturday night. It was a beautiful evening.
It was a great evening. Yeah, the clouds parted about 4 o'clock, and it turned out to be a nice night.
We had the CRA Street Stocks in town, and they brought a good contingent of race cars.
21 or something.
21 cars.
Yeah. 75-lap feature.
Had a great race. James Kirby III set fast time. Calvin Parham, last year's Street Stock champion at Anderson Speedway, was second fast. And then we had a really exciting feature.
We did. And you know the first half of that race, Rick, if you were the leader, misfortune seemed to hit you. It did. 2 or 3 different guys that led, something happened, and during the time they were leading the race. So at the first part of the race, being the leader wasn't the right place.
And actually, Dustin Burge in the 63 car had the car to beat.
Absolutely,
I mean,
he sure did.
And unfortunately, and it was a freak thing. I mean, the carburetor stuck open, and he hit the first turn wall pretty hard.
Yes, he did.
And came to rest over in turn 2, and Dustin, I believe, is okay. I know he's sore. His foot he kind of told me his foot kind of got hit or something tangled up in the pedals when he hit. But what happened, actually, there's two little things, I think, that a hose goes across in the carburetor, and one of them actually bounced out of its holder and into the carburetor, which held the butterflies open, and that stuck the car open.
That's just really freaky. That's something.
And that's a feeling that I hope. I mean, I'm never going to experience because I don't race, but I know racers, it's their worst fear because you have no control over the car when it happens. But fortunately, Dustin's okay. Car took it kind of tough, but may even be able to be fixed with a clip.
But prior to that, Jason Atkinson was leading the race, and then all of a sudden the car just slowed down completely on him. Don't know if what happened to that car, but that was before Dustin took the lead.
Well, by virtue of the invert, Andrew Cook started on the pole.
He did.
And raced pretty good for a couple of laps and was holding a good line. Still had a fast car, and he and Calvin Parham kind of I think they got hooked together because Calvin's bumper cover was hooked to Andrew's car
for
several laps till we had a caution, and then it fell off. But he had a good race. And then tell the folks a little bit about what happened after Dustin's incident.
After Dustin, then I believe at that point Tyler Marsh inherited the front of the pack there and went on to become victorious. And I'm not still sure if that's his first.
It is.
CRA
it's his first
feature?
CRA feature win, and I know James Kirby was right there behind him.
He was.
And
I'm sure Dad's proud.
Drove him very clean.
He did.
And didn't have any further incidents, and so Tyler picked up the win. It's good to see that. James Kirby, the third, finished in second, and Andrew Cook, which I think might be his best finish, at least of the season and maybe career. I know maybe career-wise with CRA. Finished third, so pretty proud of him. Nick Warner finally got the bugs worked out of his street stock and finished in a strong fourth. And Phil Jenkins, who's had bugs and gremlins, it seems like all year long, finished in fifth place. Calvin Parham was able to recover and come back and finish in sixth. So it was a really good race, as all of the street stock races have been this year.
Calvin was up there towards that front battling with Tyler. Then he and is it Mason Keller?
Yeah.
They kind of rubbed some fenders going down the backstretch, and it must have done something to Calvin's car. He started going backwards at that point.
Yeah, I guess we need to discuss that a bit. Mason admitted, after they got together on the backstretch, Mason admitted that he just lost it a little bit and got up into Calvin, and it was his fault that caused the incident, which put him out of the race in turn 4. But he did the cardinal sin, and for whatever reason, and I talked to him after the race, he got out of his race car. And he says, as soon as I got out, I knew I was wrong. I mean, he couldn't have been more congenial about it, but the fact of the matter is he's still done it. And so I think CRA is.
And I don't know if you've seen him do it, Rick, but when you said he knew he was wrong, you could tell because he went around the car and he was between the wall and the car to protect himself and was pointing from up there instead of standing out there. So he kind of, I think at that point he did know.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
And the fact of the matter is, though, it's just plain wrong. We went through it and preached it at that driver's meeting.
Sure did.
And so CRA will have to take some kind of action, but you just cannot get out of the race car. I don't know what. I talked to him a little bit afterwards. I said, so we can maybe try to help some of these drivers so they don't do it. What was going through your mind? And he said, I was mad at myself and just didn't think. So we got to come up with some kind of mechanism that, we can make these drivers think before they do.
We're just trying to protect them.
And we had it happen in the Pro Compacts too. And that driver we've had issues with before, so he's going to be setting out for the rest of the season.
But overall, it was a good race.
It was.
It was a good race.
Then we had the Nash Thunder cars and Curtis Chapman last year's point. I think Hannah won last year, didn't she?
No,
Curtis won.
Yes.
That's right. Curtis, last year's champion, set fast time. Randy Hoppus ended up in victory lane the first heat. Brian Lewis in the 22 cars, good to see him, won the second heat. And then we had a pretty exciting feature, I'm told. I didn't get to see it, but I was in the pits. But
a lot of battling going on, a lot of fender rubbing, a lot of banging, but that's kind of what Thunder Car racing is. And I think Curtis Chapman, I do know Curtis Chapman came up on top of that one for the feature win.
Yeah, and Lonnie Burton was second.
He did.
Robbie Wyman in third, Brian Lewis fourth, and Randy Hoppus in fifth. And it's my fault. I went brain squeal again. I did the points yesterday. I just forgot to email them to Jessica and Kyle so they could get them on the website. Right now, that division, Curtis Chapman has a 1-point advantage going into the championship races over Robbie Wyman.
Oh my gosh!
So
their next race is the championship night.
Championship night, I believe, is their next race. So
the
it
27th.
should be pretty exciting. Yes. I don't think they race next week.
No, they don't.
They don't.
No.
I can't remember.
No, because that's the season championships for the late model street stocks and Thunder Roadsters. Yeah.
So that's an interesting division to watch. I guess there was nothing major. There's just some verbal things going on at the tech pad after the race, and some people were confused as to what was going to take place. There's no disciplinary actions. I mean, the folks know if they did wrong or not, and we're not going to mess up a championship run just because somebody has a little emotion, although they do need to learn to keep them in check a little bit better.
Yes.
We had the Pro Compacts there, 16 strong Saturday night, and Ryan Claiborne from Newcastle set fast time.
Actually, that was a new track record, is what I understand, for the Pro Compacts.
14.740.
Yes.
And Ryan won his heat race. Andy Keller won the second heat race, and Ryan Claiborne was able to win the feature. Chris Teepee was second, Jeff Williams third, Jerry Dane fourth, and Rodney Sutton from Newcastle finished fifth. I didn't get to watch that.
And
race.
I believe that was Ryan Claiborne's first feature win at Anderson Speedway, if I understood him in his interview with Amy.
Pretty good race?
Yes, it was a good race. Good, clean race.
What made it a good, clean race?
Because because there was no post race or pre-race or during the race extracurricular activities, I guess is what I'm saying. So yeah, so that means to me that was a clean race that I know of on the track side. Now on the back side, I can't tell you.
There's something in the air Saturday night. I mean, it wasn't a bad night for me and Kenny. It was just one of those weird nights, and I think it was the prelude to this super moon that we've got going on.
And it was close to being a full moon, but it was a beautiful moon, but whether it caused some of the problems or not, I don't know.
Before we go to break, our good friend Steve Wallace, who wrote the song Anderson Speedway, has received several awards and got a lot of play for that, has won another award. He won the ECMA Career Achievement Award on September the 9th, and we're very proud of Steve. The award is given to an individual who has advanced the popularity and acceptance of country music through the endeavors. I printed this way too small. Endeavors in the entertainment industry during their career. So congratulations to Steve Wallace, and you can download that song on the website. Steve's a great supporter of the Speedway, and we couldn't be prouder of him.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, talk about a couple other races that went on this past weekend, and we ventured off to the Speedrome on Friday night. I guess we need to talk about that a little bit, and plus a big announcement for 2015. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. We'll be right back.
It's race season again. Whether you're a circle track, street and strip, or drag racing fan, McGonigal Engine Performance is your one-stop engine center. With state-of-the-art facilities including engine and chassis dyno services, McGonigal Engine Performance builds power to win. If you're looking for performance out of your street rod, import, or restoration project, McGonigal Engine Performance sells, installs, and tests a wide range of accessories and upgrades. Look for our ad in Great Deals Coupon magazine or find us online at McGonigalEngines.com.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings? Or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
Heart attack? Stroke? Serious injury? A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care. with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
When I was a boy, we had family pitch-in dinners on Sunday, so I knew on Saturdays Mom would be in the kitchen baking pies, and especially sugar cream pies. I will never forget pulling a chair up to the table. I always turned the chair around back so I could perch on my knees while watching Mom take her fingers and flute the pie crust. You know, that little squiggly thing all the way around. And of course, after the pies were baked, we would beg and plead with Mom, only to have her put her foot down and say, nope, we were not going to get any pie until everybody came by tomorrow. But on Sunday at the family gathering, that first bite of pie was always worth the wait. Mom's a little older now, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy freshly made sugar cream pies together. Now, instead of Mom making them, I pick up a Wix sugar cream pie. They use simple, fresh ingredients because of Wix rigid freshness standards. The wholesomeness and taste of their pies is better than Mom's. But don't tell her I said that. Now you can pick up a Wix sugar cream pie at most of your local grocery stores. Just look for them in the frozen dessert aisle. I'm Brownie, and I can honestly say about Wix pies, you don't just eat them, you enjoy them.
The next time you need car or truck service on one of your vehicles, take it to Motion Motors in Middletown. The folks at Motion Motors will have your car running great. And at Motion Motors, you will find no high-pressure sales to get you to buy a car or a truck. Just down-to-earth folks selling you the best cars at the best price. And here at Anderson Speedway, the Motion Motor folks with Jackie Neal and his crew take care of our driver's parts right here at the track. Motion Motors, they are great folks to work with, and they are at 4810 North County Road 400 in Middletown.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
I just did Eddie Money. I just told Wade what it was.
Yep, you did. You beat
I got that in one note.
You did.
Kathy Lee Gifford would be so proud of me.
I didn't even get a chance to even open my mouth.
You probably don't even remember. Kathy Lee Gifford was on Name That Tune.
Yes, she was. I remember that. Let's not talk about how long ago that was.
We're back. Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Hello to Aunt Jenny.
Hi, Aunt Jenny. Hope you're doing well.
And Louie and Libby at home that listen to us every week.
They do.
By the way, you just heard the commercial for Motion Motors. Let everybody know, if you didn't already, Jack Neal's back at the racetrack.
He is.
Still working too hard for Jack, but after what he went through, it's pretty amazing to see him back at the track and doing all he can for racers. This weekend's race is big for him.
It is.
At the PGG 100 presented by Thompson Builders this Saturday night, 100 laps of McGonigal engine and CRA Sportsman Late Model.
Yes.
Racing. It should be good. We're going to have a lot of cars, too.
We have a lot of cars there. I think we also have the Thunder Roadsters who are doing double features, makeup feature?
No, I don't. No, that was rain checked. I need to change the schedule. It's just one feature.
Oh, okay.
I did that wrong.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
No.
I was going by what you sent me.
I know. I got to fix that. And then, we've also got the World Winged Outlaw Figure 8
series.
So fresh off of their big race this past weekend at the Speedrome, the 3-hour enduro.
Yeah, we went down there Friday night for a little visit.
We did. I hadn't been to the Speedrome probably in 10 or 15 years.
A long time.
Larry Curry and
Pete Hamill and Jeff Watson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rolled out the red carpet for us.
They did.
Treated us and had a pretty good time
yes,
down there. It's the Speedrome. It's different than Anderson Speedway.
It is, but we got to see some of the drivers that come up and support us, so we're kind of returning the favor, showing that we support them in their big race of the year.
Makes me proud of our folks at Anderson Speedway.
Yes.
And what we've got going, but they got a good thing. It's their first year, and they got their issues, but I'm sure that they'll work through them, and I help them out as much as I can. So hopefully they'll get her going good. But we also had a special event this past Saturday night that deserves recognition.
Yes.
Chris Hacker, who everyone knows drives the 24 car in our McGonigal engine late models, he's got a issue called brachial plexus, which is a nerve issue that affects the muscles in, I believe it's his left arm, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And this kid is amazing. I mean, he's not only a good race car driver and up and coming and young. I don't know if Chris is
14
he's 14 or 15.
Yes.
He's still not very old, but took it upon himself and started this fundraising campaign and raised $2,424. Now there's kind of significance there.
Yes.
His car number's 24. He raised $2,424 to send children to camp, which the United Brachial Plexus Network has at the end of this month, actually September 26th to 29th, which I believe is in St. Louis. And this money will go to help fund some of those kids to be able to go that otherwise wouldn't be able to.
Oh, that's great.
Chris presented the check to Anise Braggs with United Brachial Plexus Network Saturday night at our Speedway, and I think it's pretty cool. This kid,
he's a good kid.
He's a kid, but he's an adult already with that kind of inspiration.
Absolutely.
So, thank you and congratulations to Chris. They presented him an achievement award, which is well deserved.
Just like you said, he's doing those adult things, but just about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I was chasing him in the pits, trying to find his dad to get him to get in his trailer and get in his race car. But it's pretty cool.
It is.
Back real quickly to Dustin Burge's incident and a couple that we've had in the past with throttle sticking. I've got Jack Neal has been working on it, and I'm working with Glenn and RJ at CRA. There is a device that actually can be attached and very relatively inexpensive when you consider what it might prevent to the brake system in all race cars, where you put so much pressure on the brake pedal it automatically kills the motor. And once we get this, do a little more research and find out, how it adapts to each different car, we're probably going to make that mandatory on all cars that race at Anderson Speedway next year. It's probably not going to eliminate the impact, but it will eliminate the force of the impact.
Right.
And maybe the drivers, I know when the throttle sticks, the drivers,
First instinct
is to lock the brakes up, which just gives you no control over the automobile. You actually see Dustin skid marks that go straight into the wall. If you let off the brake a little bit, you can kind of
turn with the wall,
turn a little bit and lessen the impact. So maybe, by virtue of the fact the engine's dead, that it will slow that down and the reaction time will be a little better. So that's one of the safety issues we're working on pretty vigorously.
That's great.
Not unlike, the breakaway steering wheels, which are steering columns, which I believe are mandatory this year. So very inexpensive, probably $100 or maybe even less. And we're going to do the research and let everybody know about that.
It's about our safety. We keep trying to strive to make it safer.
CRA had a race in Owasso up in Michigan, and Chad Finley won the JEGS race up there this past weekend. Congratulations to Chad Finley.
Long time coming. He's had kind of a dry streak.
CRA has a race this coming Sunday at Killcare Speedway over by Dayton. We may have to venture over there and watch the CRA Super Series race. The racing starts at 4 o'clock, just a short drive, about an hour and a half, a little more from Anderson. So venture over there Sunday after you watch some great racing in Anderson Speedway with the PGG 100 presented by Thompson Builders with the McGonigal engine CRA Sportsman Lake models this Saturday night. It's going to be a huge race.
And 2 weeks ago, Rick, when the rain called that one off for us, we had, I think, 20 that qualified then. So,
right. And it's it was a complete washout. So we start all over again, new qualifying, and the whole 9 yards. So we're looking forward to that Saturday night, along with the
Thunder
Roasters and the Winged Outlaw Figure Eights.
Be a good show Saturday night.
Be a great show. One quick mention, it's public knowledge now. I knew it the day after it happened, but if you go to the CRA website, there's actually a link to the police report. But Charlie Shaw over at Winchester was actually robbed at his house Monday night after the weekend World
Stock Car Festival.
For the life of me, to my knowledge, they haven't caught the perpetrators yet. They will, because these people were stupid. They knew where things we're at. I would hope and pray it's not somebody in the racing community, but if it is, heaven help them, because
the race community
better hope that the police get to them before one of our family does. Family, that sounds like the mafia, doesn't it?
No, but you're right.
But it's a terrible thing. Charlie's been a great supporter of racing, as everybody knows, throughout the years, and a terrible thing to happen. At Anderson Speedway, just so everybody knows and the word gets out, there is no money that goes home with Rick Dawson after race hasn't for 18 years. Our money is secured and is escorted to the bank every racing event with a police officer, which is there. So, I mean, anybody that even thinks about it is the stupidest people on earth, about taking them. And it's just dumb. Anybody that has to steal to survive on this earth doesn't have any purpose to be here.
Well, there's so many ways to help people, and there's the right way.
But the world needs to know that money does not go home with me. I wish I had that kind of money, but it's just not going to happen. If I ever get money to take home, I'll live in a fortress or something. But until you see the big concrete walls and the moat being dug, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Big announcement. For the 2015 season. Now, the rules aren't published yet, so please don't inundate us with phone calls and everything yet. Sometime, hopefully within the week, we'll have the rules out, but we are creating a new division at Anderson Speedway next year. We're going to bring back the stock figure eights.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and the rules are going to be very similar to the street stock rules. I mean, if you got street stock, you can, I told Kenny and Joe, when they were coming up with these rules, don't come up with a race car that's a one-off. I mean, make it something that's adaptable from something that's already out there, so guys don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money to put these cars together. They're going to be pretty much stock. However, there's a few things you can do. We're going to keep this division under control. Money-wise, we're going to put them on Comanche tires. That'll last, a long time. But the rules should be out sometime in the next week or so. I was reluctant to announce this until we got some semblance of rules done, because I know that's the first thing that the race did, and that's great because, it just shows
the interest in it.
And we've already had a bunch of interest, so we're kind of leaked out a little, and I've had several questions. So we're looking forward to figure eight action.
You know how much I love the figure eights anyway.
I'm working tirelessly on the schedule right now for the 2015 season. Hopefully I'll have that in the next couple of weeks, at least a tentative schedule that we can publish. But,
good.
Things are just coming up roses.
So far, 2014 has been we've been blessed this year.
Yeah, summer came and we finally started getting a little bit of rain and a little weather issues, but I think this weekend it's going to be a little cooler than we're used to, so you may want to bring a jacket, but it's not going to be cold, but we're going to have a great night for the PGG 100.
Yes.
CRA, McGonigal Engine, late model sportsman cars, Thunder Roadsters, and the Winged Outlaw figure eights all in one show this Saturday night. Gates open at 5, race at 8.
Yes.
So
Looking
be sure
forward
you be
to
out there and see us this Saturday night.
It'll be fun.
I'm forgetting something, but that's not unusual with me. Hopefully I'll have the points out tomorrow.
That's what you forgot, the points.
We appreciate you spending this half hour with us. We look forward to seeing you at the track this Saturday night. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the Speedway.